Good morning, brothers and sisters. Um, I'm not really sure how to make this video. I can just, or explain it. I just can make it, and I feel led to do it. Um, Initially, I didn't want to do it because, for whatever reason, it like made me cry. And then I was like, Lord, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not. Until I was seeing what he may be wanting us to know. Okay, you guys. Um, Last night I was watching a video and I said, okay, this is my. I've been up all day doing stuff. My brain hadn't shut down, and this video popped up, and I said, okay, this looks. Let me find out what this is. It looks pleasant enough, and then I can go to sleep. Um, so Truth the Rabbit put out a video last night of, I guess, a pastor. His name is Micheal Yeager, and he's talking about an angelic, heavenly encounter with God. Basically, he said he didn't know whether or not he was in his body or not. So I watched it, and is some things he said in the first part that caught my attention and I could relate to, um, as it relates to how magnificent God is. And then the end of the story was basically that he was, um, the whole experience was for him to start preaching and be used by God. It was, I agree with 99% of what he said in this particular encounter. Okay, so I'll leave it below. Um, and it's hard to, and I only say that because, it's just one thing, and I was like, I don't know. But it wasn't bad, but for him to be trying to explain this, um, heavenly encounter, it actually matches up with one other credible person, his testament of heaven that I've seen. And so it matches up, and also matches up with scriptures, and he's talking about that. So I finished the video, and I'm stirred up. I'm praising God. I said, oh, Jesus, Lord, we thank you. The things the suffering that we're going to endure here, it cannot be compared to the glory that we're going to experience when we get to heaven. And I was praising, and I was stirred up. So instead of me going to sleep, I got up. I started crying, and I just was praising God. And then before I got up, and then I was debating, Lord, I want a rapture dream, so maybe I can share the same type of experience. And because it wasn't a dream, but I was like, but then no, Lord, I, I never wanted a rapture dream. You've given me dreams symbolic of rapture. I just don't want to, change my mind. I'm having this conversation with the Lord. I said, change my mind. I don't want to feel like I'm coming home and um, then have to come back, or feel like, um, I'm home, and then I miss people, and then I have to feel like have to be back on this old ratchet, raggedy, evil, wicked world. Um, so I get up, I start mixing up, I come outside. I already had seen something, like a helicopter. I'll talk about that later. Just odd. But I come outside, and it's kind of cloudy and foggy. It's like a cloud fog, and I see this one star that's always right there. It's super bright. Maybe it's a planet, maybe it's Venus, I don't know. And I almost felt like I saw it move. But I think it was the clouds moving across it. So it was brightening up, and it was dimming. And then I have a vision of these stars in an arch. I want to say 6 or 7. I think I may have drawn like one or two too many. And I'm like, I'm blinking my eyes until I seen it twice because I was thinking I'm not seeing a vision, but I did. So, but I can't figure out why. And I said, okay, I'm just gonna write this down. And I seen it twice. And like I said, it was kind of foggy and cloudy, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna write this down. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna write it down. And I wrote it down when I came back in the house. And then I had obviously closed my tabs on YouTube. So when I opened up YouTube, I don't know, I guess I was deciding maybe I would finish watching this other video on, I was halfway through with the Michigan meteors and something else having to do with the defense missile system. So I go back on to find it so I can finish watching it. And YouTube's homepage pops up Giovanni's son's near-death experience. And in this picture, on this thumbnail, it's him in this picture. And the background has like stars around his head. And when I saw that, I just started like, my eyes got watery. I didn't know what was going on. I was straight tripping. I was like, should I be trying to reach out to Geo? Is something wrong? Is she having, I was like, I'm not watching. I've already watched this video, you guys. Truth Rabbit put it out. I saw it when Geo put it out. I saw it when Ace made it into like a film. I saw it when what's his name? Ben DeNoon shared it because he was trying to compare it to something that happened in his life. I can't remember exactly everything that was in it, but I know I've watched it at least twice, but I've seen it at least 4 times, people sharing it. And because it's a child, I didn't want to, I felt like I needed to reach out to her first because even though she's not on YouTube, I just felt, this is like her son that died, even though it was a good story and it was a good testimony and all things work out for the good of them who love the Lord ultimately. And it just, I don't know, I just started having these rushes of emotions when I seen it. First I was shocked because it was similar to what I seen in this open vision I had not even 5 minutes before. And speaking of the open vision, by the time I got in, put my phone on, I started to charge it. Then I was like, no, I'll look for the video. I looked at the time and it was 1:23. And so this means on 1:21, I probably had this vision at 1:21. Okay? So all this, I was like, I didn't realize it until I wrote it down. And I never like really write the times down on my visions, but something told me to do that. And that's when I saw. So anyway, I'm just tripping. So I go hunt through my email, see if maybe I had her email, and I came across. I'm just totally, absolutely. I'm like, Lord, I'm not watching this video tonight. Because I don't know, it's something about this child that I don't want to like stir up old feelings because her child did die. But in this video, she talks about she knows that he's in heaven. Okay, you guys. So I start trying to find stuff, looking through emails, looking through Google Plus, I came across some messages that I didn't even know I had, and same thing. This girl is talking about how the Lord supernaturally working in her life just recently. She just got filled with the Holy Spirit with the evidence of speaking in tongues. And so I need to just reply to her. period. I don't want to get into all that. So I um I finally watched the video, and and I start remembering, oh yeah, but there's one thing in there that I believe is pointing us to war. And I think this whole thing that happened, episode that happened last night, is, I think the Lord's trying to tell us about World War III. And I'm not going to tell you what the video said if you haven't already seen it. Um, she did misspeak and say dream, but she didn't mean to say that. It was her giving the testimony of her son who had a near death experience, and he actually passed away 2 or 3 years later. So it's just, I was kind of like, I don't want to deal with that. I didn't even want to watch the video last night. I was going to wait till this morning, but I watched it anyway. And so I think all this is pointing to us going home, and pointing to World War III. She specifically mentions World War III in this video. And on the flip side, it's just, at the end of the day, and at the end of this video, and at the end of the other video that I'm going to leave below, it's just talking about being used by God for His glory. Okay, you guys? And I think we all need a little reminder. And so I had to put my emotional uh, chaos that I don't know why I had all these rushes of emotions aside from, you know, me praising God for all that He's done. But just putting my feelings aside, because I was kind of an emotional wreck last night. For I don't know, yeah, I don't even know why, but I know that the Lord wants me to share this. Um, for whatever reason, there may be more to this particular vision, but as of now, this is what I've seen so far. Okay, you guys, I'll leave both videos below. Um, and I don't know, I'm just not going to question what else. I'm just going to do this step first and see what else the Lord has to say about it. I already prayed about it this morning, and I just got to wait on Him. Okay, you guys? God bless y'all. I'll talk with you later.